Are we okay with being average? All right, welcome back. And yeah, let's talk about average. Let's identify if we're okay with being average or if we're going to ferociously avoid being average. And I developed an exercise to help all of us identify, what is average to us. So I'm going to ask you a series of questions, and then I want you to answer them inside your head or out loud as we go along. And that you're going to give yourself the answers if you want to be average or not. Okay, here we go. Are you okay with an average job, average amount of success, average income, average home, average amount of happiness or fulfillment? How about average relationships, average marriage, the average amount of love in a marriage? How about the average length of a marriage? Are you okay with the average vacations or experiences or level of intelligence? Eating average food, having average health? How about having average children that are average in school, average in sports, and go on to have average lives and families? What about an average bank account or the average amount of credit card debt? Average date nights or leaving the average amount of assets to our children after we leave? Now, I bet each and every one of us said, no, average is not okay with me to at least one item on this list. And good for you. Now, I got an answer for you. All right? Avoiding average. It's a choice that we make inside here and inside here. It's a lifestyle that we walk in every single day, every step, every breath. And it's a mindset. It's a decision that we're going to make over and over. Now, we can't push avoiding average on anyone. And I know we have people in our lives that we believe in, right? That we wish that they would do more. But we can't force it on them because avoiding average, it costs something. All right? A caveat to avoiding average, to savagely avoiding average, is that it's going to cost us time. It's going to cost us our effort. It's going to cost us failure. And every time that failure happens, it hurts. All right? It's going to cost us our energy. We're going to have to risk something. It's going to cost us patience, which means we're going to be frustrated. And it's going to cost us some discipline along the way too. So just know that if you're standing up and you're saying, you know what, avoiding average, that's for me. Be ready to pay the price, but the price is definitely worth it. All right, Steve Jobs, he told us, he said, never settle for average. Now that statement, it's all encompassing. It's all inclusive, right? It leaves out nothing. What he's telling us, what he's meaning, he's saying, you can't say, I'll be average here on these things, but I want to avoid being average here. No, it's never settle. Never settle on anything, anywhere, at any time, at any place. Now, why should we take this and run with it? Well, it's nothing more than the fact that you're standing up and saying, I'm done being average. I'm going to avoid average. I'm not going to wake up another day to be average. The last thing I want to be on this planet is average. And I'm willing to pay the price. Because I know it's worth it and I'm worth it. That's what it takes, to walk in it every single day. Now, another warning for you. As soon as you do this, as soon as you raise your hand, you say, you know what, I'm done being average. I'm going to avoid average at all costs. People are going to pop their heads up, right? There he is. And they're going to come after you. They're going to discourage you. They don't want you to rise up. But we're not going to let that bring us back down. You're going to hear statements from people that says, well, we all can't be above average, so why try? Or why don't you just get a normal job? Why don't you just go to a normal school? Just work at the factory and have a nice normal life. That word normal is going to come up a lot. We're not here for normal. All right? If you're watching these videos, you're going to work, you're investing in yourself every day. We're not here for normal. So do not allow them to give you, to pass on their average mindset. All right? Let them settle. Let them keep their average thoughts. And we're gonna drive through, we're gonna push through, we're gonna persevere. And don't force this on them. What we're going to do is we're going to avoid being average, and we're going to let our success and happiness and fulfillment and all the things that we're working for, we're going to let that shine. And then one day, hopefully one day, they'll come back and say, you know what? I see what you're doing, and I want to do it too. Avoid being average. Be an inspiration to somebody. So find out today. Find out if, in fact, you want to avoid being average or you're okay with being average. It doesn't matter. You can choose either one. You're not a horrible person if you do. But you decide. And then you decide if you're willing to put in the energy that it takes to savagely avoid being average. And then we're going to get into later on what it takes, specifically, what we can do to avoid being average. I hope you learned something today. Go have yourself an incredible day.